Enti ye betwa so mo messages be bre na e wa ha. And one of the things so and ye be enra na International Women's Day ne de e was say ye bo maybe in politics and so abaso, and it's because this is Oman Ose.
Yeah, I disagree to more politics.
Oh, what are
abaso. And if you want to be specific,
oh, yeah, bomb man in abaso.
Yanko Jum for man, businesswoman, Mayanka for man.
And I said, maybe my reason in here, I can't say
no, they be done.
So where political?
No, they be no, but listeners, you're politicians. You know.
I know.
Yes. Your specifics on political women a bit of but well, oh, they are a political show. This time I encourage you. I did you for some munity. Now I encourage you. Was it was big you? Wouldn't me argue as a blaster team by now, Abba? And our football is animal found.
No, match near 2 weeks time. Yeah, I think it's only fair.
Say Eba.
Say I was say Eba.
No, they are more the ball at church. Ideally, say match can see Baswa team. By now,
he is a technical team in players. Omudi Omukwakobo. Omudi Omo list ama FA no. Because Eba outer public commentary, you know, when a player we know was Uncle Bem, we know was Uncle Bem, any other. I don't know. What does it do? It doesn't really do anything.
But Eba out and carry. But what has been the status quo?
Well, we and your tournament I echo. Nangofa can say here team I echo.
See a qualified yako.
Yeah, 1 match, 2 matches I echo.
And I'm so you're very urgent and very crucial, because of the World Cup factor.
Yeah, say a bebana because a banner the abuane say a ginger amount for interest in the game. Players being echo, especially when Nigeria for the Omodi Abano. You know, apart from that, there. Because information about Nyanso they say coaches ne there. I'm the list na kwa the executive committee of the FA.
The empire watching empire. No, let's be.
No, it's the national team. In the amount for interest. I was a fire in Iron.
Especially with your performance with Cameroon.
Absolutely. Player be a coach Nemubiana is going to represent Ghana. Inti I was a fire.
The ideal is Nkaba.
Now we interest a woman day. Say by Bantama.
No, me just say Bantama. Then we know. Say we will coach them.
Sulemuntari woman.
We remember house for society no more moments represent. Then we know. Say this any team now more represent Ghana.
Of course.
Then we also know. Say some seminar no can wait no. I am pa na say enyampa. Then we also know. So you call Cameroon by a kai, especially interviewer, every president the grantee.
Yes.
So it's a Arabia banner at the same old soup now. We have to know. So I say, especially say Nigeria from Dominic to me catch say Nigeria team no my friend and young kwala grown on good you. Yeah. It's the anyway. What cut tomorrow say for them at the Sakwara. No comment crowd. Keep on
say you listening to
say how? How's keep on
but was some account. They deserve to be in there.
How's your share go or Kahuana?
Your share go there.
Almost second go no.
Oh, that
on count.
Now,
because your share first go to Kahuana.
Your share has winning goal. No. Your friend is
oh, this one don't count. They say there's one that don't be the on the same Petre on only Bobo. On quite don't count. Make up your share move first goal and
first goal your friend is under 20 captain.
No? It don't count.
On some of my friend national team that has to say we almost have friend in the
yeah, no second guy they may find him on the way go. What such a be on the guy Petre Susura you. And you want I mean team
but this whole campaign say Omunfre Sule national team
me them support because of Roger Millentino. And I was demonstrating so actually, especially the toppest match what Ghana League me has. And we're doing about two now bonina and I excel me to me above average. So now we didn't kwana so I mean ni bolechi. So I mean me them Cairo Jamila say about World Cup no 15-20 minutes biana so omo de ba obagini dinko and oba so of the changes so ba as bibi oba bia no shego so at no akogina corner ho him sisia Saturday ni agia because Mela bempe Roger Miller, but commentators in Asha say there's going to be a magic. It's media, they want to demonstrate accuracy. Accuracy too much.
In your permanent 15 minutes.
Yeah, ultimate possible money bar be seen playing. I say, yeah, trouble near time, you're able to them say, but one bomb bit maka. Maybe the ministry be for the first time, no? Yeah. They will display and honor about a certain exposure and experience. It is serve as a boost to that blend of Air Black Star.
Oh man, the way privileged information.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obi. And this from a top person.
Yeah.
The coaches will present a list of players to the management team and not the executive committee. They present the list. Then we check if the players are available.
Okay.
The technical team don't deal with other federations. Here, he may mention... okay. In the ABR, the technical team will mention a player. For all you know, that player has been suspended by a red card decision.
Okay.
Akoso. Into technical team representative among listed the management committee of the Black Stars.
There's a Randy Abimu. Dr. Randy
Abimu.
Dr. Randy Abimu. Management committee Black Star.
That's what I'm saying.
Almost the same.
After Cameroon, almost the same.
Oh, that's one number seven. Almost the same. Oh, okay.
Now one can say maintain you.
Let's say also you mama. I saw me can allow you mama. It's one Kawono Cameroon team was at the Noazako.
David.
Aha. I didn't because of me with the echo. I didn't know any question me with the echo. So one count for Cameroon team. Tell my specific, no. So most are a local Cameroon.
Walla court.
Ofi.
Or Ghana, but based in the state in the.
Ofi Krobezo.
Ewa Ghana. Any minimum.
Hey.
Walla court.
I found the 4 Krobeto was heading.
Walla court.
I'm going to be cases now. Me call the next one.
Okay. That's the education based. Listen, the Beba. Mohamed the Bema management committee.
I said the party boy. I say, at the here say. Somebody to Jamaica and Sunday Akobo Bonana. I said the party boy. I say, what has been the norm? So what I say?
Okay, but I hear say even the management committee no more dissolve. Now run the Abin count.
Okay. Yeah, doctor. Yeah.
Rather the chairman of the under-20. Under-20 the winning African Cup.
No? Chairman.
You're not ban here, captain.
Yeah.
Dr. Randy Abin.
Okay, very good.
And question now, but I'll say yes. At least a week before the game,
a week,
the public should know about team.
And me and people at least a week, which is very fair.
Yeah, very fair.
A week. Say we no Ghana for now a word. Me cry me people my word because of.
That's it. Yeah, because keep because I could hear about.
Yeah, because the Cameroon for senior mobile na I Cameroon you call Cameroon no. It's soon buy Ghana for no call down a deal one.
But Nigeria team no.
Maybe me name is about Dominic
Cut team. Yeah,
Cut team was the team now.
Amount for me.
You know, Cut team now. I'm say wow.
Almost strikers no my fan. These are strikers. Almost strikers. Yeah, Ahmed Musa on the captain.
Okay.
It's very experienced.
Okay.
Moses Simon. Samuel Chukwueze unim team obo
team
onimbo bo papa
Chukwueze
no obo papa and omo
I'm
telling you Villarreal said
Yekini ni adepoju time crown Yekini any adepoju time crown we dey buso bi oro so nimbo obisa Yekini ni adepoju
na wa be di pele o
abi say adepoju mu time no crown ye power mo papa mu
say na wa be di pele
say wa be di pele see, I be the pay almost all retire. I be the pay almost all retire. And the more yes, I'm more just free. Hey, but also all the ball that you be say I be the pay no. And I be the pay home.
Oh, not to that level, but at least Alex Partey, Thomas Partey.
Me team Ajiagusa.
And you go what Thomas Partey boss.
Oh, wait, Tom Whitey. Oh, so there was a player. Tom Whitey.
This month of February, my Arsenal player.
Like Adeba your crab Papa Chento.
David. Wow, so much about there now.
Now, what? The man who asked the Yamakaka with the
in the Nigeria player, apart from Chukwueze, guy, the fellow Victor Osimhen.
Oh, which I didn't do. How did this say in
Napoli?
And I'm so did this say in the and yes, you're afraid of the third divisions. Ghana play about top league or blast time.
As any the Arsenal.
Asa. Now, what I got no ever.
About Swindon Town.
Away.
Second division with UK.
Oh.
Omo championship championship ni omo first division omo first division the organ na Ankobo second division Ankobo be ya Fankoba Royals
Walakot is the one
na Ankobo half United
Walakot knows the one move say
Walakot
Joshua no mo yes
Joshua Walakot and then Jojo Walakot
na ade any keepers wana
Kotoko keeper him go dancing in a bam Kotoko keeper him go dancing in a bam
Kotoko keeper Cameroon no kan
Dabio non count. Guy, you say your friend keep a friend at Ziggy.
Oh, most of them want home. At Ziggy. He was one.
Nigeria strike Odion Igalo. What man you da? Unimbo papa.
Oh, man, you are much reformable.
Sadiq Umar. And your guy.
I'm a Liverpool player.
Bomuwe. Omo Kelechi Ehianacho. Unimbo papa. Ehianacho. Obo Leicester. And omo. Emmanuel Dennis and Ademola Lukman.
Now,
Ademola Lukman or Leicester or Bobo Papa. Masa Nigeria team ni the on the face of it saying the but football be there.
That's what because you kill the crown at Depoju crown.
And I no see yenya Thomas Partey. Yenya Kudus Mohammed.
Who you Partey in this?
Oh, that's one in Bobo. Now what they own Jabo to Joanna. One in Bobo Papa.
Na a guy ba kuna no so na kwa no bobo kama o trick kama mo friends wakaso we I don't film
wakaso we proud on said anya match fit unso no so ni team and I was say pra into a match fit on your match
and the keepers one house use nke be fa em fa bi enka wala court so why no
oh send the house keeper ni kotoko keeper no
ndi enyi wala court ni film ka nko a mama best 11 assistants na Ghana Blaster ka wa factor me kona vie kona jisu
my best 11 Sisia goalkeeper goalkeeper there Sisia say oh kanya me anim no kra I think heart keeper no benya edge over
Kotoko no
yes in the heart keeper no number 2 no sa akoye ne kobo nation ka on the wasan yadom no onya de in the say ye wo number 2 bi wo French league anim obobo papa
o committee so be baba yi
omo friend ba akoma uni so oba akam do obi ankasa ne ho ma guy ne sign call in the ono say was say sign friend no bebo 2 ono gina 2 ho a central defense ne de ayi Jiku ene Amate eye number 3 no I think Sisi and Hearts 3 no e wo edge kakra over Baba Rahman
Hearts 3 no
guy no board dey no afraid busu ado papa ono say obo 3 na enye bad na afi mfimfin ho no unya Baba Idris wo ho Baba Idris bo a eye na yenya Partey yenya Kudus ni yenya run player ye friend say Sulemana e wo ho a
eye
they didn't me more because they work hard in don't me more in fact 2 matches in Nigeria they didn't me more be
into one the captain likely
Partey say Partey na deputy captain well na ebia enim ho na say a problem no because Jordan
I'm afraid Jordan
Slop Jeffrey Slop and so ho ono so betimi abobi at least ono say ni betimi abo wing back you know betimi abo 3 no am a heart guy ni betimi at na bench and that's the din kakra but Slop should be in this team you know na ka 2 people ebe ball attack ni na akene the coaches na anything dey to omoka omo hwe no omo for players nimra na yen hwe say the name be siako
omi quickly mami come issues we say won come bebre di na
no but man I think it's only fair and who say on this show no ye boa mankofo sua de to female MPs in parliament 40 20 MPP 20 NDC and I think it's only fair say at this moment
I appreciate your acknowledge
because it's not easy to as a female to rise to that level Lariba Abudu unim so MP unim
Lariba Abudu or MP way
Wale or Oba on the ticket of the MPP.
Okay.
Lariba Abudu.
Okay.
Zuwaira Mohammed Ibrahima.
Zuwaira
Mohammed Ibrahima. What in the need?
Debut.
In the need. Or ye NDC MP for Salaga South.
Okay.
Savannah region.
Okay.
Oba Akuka Albert Alalzuga.
I don't go audience. Budini now.
Akuka Albert Alalzuga Garu on the ticket of the NDC. Match him. Garu Timpani. But match him the Garu NDC.
Garu. Yeah,
and Akan Variva, Lydia Lamisi.
Oh, said in the same bell. Dominic.
On what timpani?
Lamisi, no?
Yes. On what timpani?
Okay.
NDC. Elizabeth Ofoswajari.
Oh, me am Chrome this year.
Yes.
Lawyer.
Techima North.
Lawyer.
On also Oba MP Obana Home Day.
Yeah.
Frida Prempe.
Hey. Dachi halfway, you know. Auntie Frida.
Tano North. MP.
Ono Crown.
Ah, no.
Yeah.
Omo yina free works and housing who.
Omo yino. Ono Crown Dominic. Obeya unya na friend mami.
Ono no information ana.
Ono no mebe ba MPP for pulling you know. Ono no ni Gideon bo akomate se omo so no omo chia ya mo. Ah fu dem pese me catch me pesa ni mano. Ana ono Dominic obunya ma me na friend mami. Ana ono so no oye skirmishes bi wo honum na Gideon Bako so yes skirmishes bi o, you know.
Na Gideon Bako ne ho fa ho be.
Maza me krom na me kasa. Me free ho na me fi na me kasa.
Me free ho na me.
Mrs. Skirmishes are pulling station about no. Skirmishes. Ah mo ye honum no. I want to so me to respond to no ma meka afom ho awie. It's very important. Yen ko penti asodin bia say because party activists or Marco Pinti, you know, it is telling you that even Mama can't break it down, Mama party is a super break it down. You know, the impunity with which, and the can be because this Suban or Mudi Baba Ghana. Yeah. So I say, who Kumuna se Kunishano, who say when in a court or a chronimra, a chronosumra, or we're not with that impunity now, ultimate famra. I'm watching the space. The MPP for omo impenyu for no disciplinary committee ne titles akese ne ku akese omo don't be yet to these people. You know, me share don't be. So what I say, me share don't be because
Dr. Koboy said, what is the definition of skirmishes? Skirmishes now. Who's skirmishes?
Skirmishes no. Yeah, about skirmishes. Oh yeah, skirmishes be on them. So I say, I'm yes skirmishes.
Frida Prempe.
Yeah, Frida Prempe. I'm yes skirmishes.
Any Gideon Boako.
Yeah, I'm yes skirmishes. Tata.
Frida ba humane so.
Oh, they want me say the nipa tomorrow. Hey,
honorable Akwaba net.
There be adroba te kire hima na what say. Emma iye die eda wakoma so na what say zani e kano. Na adroba ho na tomato so ko mo de bebo.
Te kire hima.
Te kire hima. If you man so fans na available or the more yes skirmishes. Oh, yes, skirmishes.
Honorable Akwaba, let's say.
Adumia,
happy International Women's Day, though belated.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Yes. Now, whether you're free when you're born, or my in a Kwabana Santi, every region, I have a region. Or say, what chef for men who say, more yes, skirmishes be your constituency order though. Between when Dr. Gideon Boako, assembly.
So many, I'm Fakonia, Ekosiisen so you say I believe here only a bad year. Mama, my judgement, I'm a constituency now. I am. 90 skirmishes will be the bad year. Turn about mentioning for any judgement about the fear back. I'm a dab of momentum, a dabra of momentum in Ano. Mammy go and master one time. I see a 2 about fame into a 2 about fame costume. A 2 conversation here one. I'm with a 10% in Ajibia. Say, you in you, Obi, you're too slow back over 115. And you're tangible. And you make me a book, baby, when you never asked you. And I'm health director from my bastard. And then, yeah, the Messia Bois, compounds, Baco, and so. Yeah, their background. It is many 10, and then Yamiadum. Ye wiem yensa ye gusu ye nnan ye duan kwanta ye yesu so anho ye yesu so anso ye yamfu ye tense ye adroba ye boma ye yesu kete o hwe nkania ye bi atu apete tano not mesi na do dan ko akufu adu brain sui enne ya so ba so krom kania ya so man kania ya so stu mu kania ya so ko twe kania ya so subi so kania ya so from kania Oba Bomazo Sua, yes, on me, your phone contributor, your son to him. Your son in Cassia, your son, say, Minoka say, you're the Huma Egumam Pontia, and so you did transform our quiet became that too.
Honorable, a Juma Wayne, Mo voters register at the constituency. akwa asɛm a ebi sɛ aba no mo ntu bi ɛna forms yi mo mfa ma obi ɛna hwan adan
who are Jew. I don't think I said, Scotty will be no, because if you say, Yashemra, party committee, now, represent the committee, boys for my name, Diana. Yet, you come my region. Emma, the original organizer, so that's what you know. Of I said, with the means for now, me officer, album. I am album after a Nippon Sona a kind one. And that is what is on the ground now. Now, I need to see constituent secretary, patrons for almost full of elder secretary, and this rep. And about Bako, a home, a home. Some of here, and chairman, a dink to home, the deputy in a band national woman, a column. It is up for somewhere with Duma. Now, risk and the less than a cock in Iahonu, and then on to start no walk or someone for. And almost
honorable line breaky me and sign free will be on me pachawa. And that was Honorable Frida Prempe, MP Tano North, a constituency. And sorry to our listeners for inflicting that way, on you. Line no na enye ye pamochawa mumfa enchain. And we will go back and finish off with this list quickly. Now after Yashatwa so apart from Freda Prempe Tano MPP, Ama Poma Boating.
Yes, Ama Poma Boat. Ama Poma de Martini.
Yeah, Drubbing.
Yeah, Ama Poma
MPP.
Yeah.
Francisca Otin Mainsa.
Yes.
Fabri East.
Yeah,
Fabri East MPP. Patricia Apieje.
Oh yeah.
Asqua.
Oh yeah.
MPP. Mavis and Cancer Buedu.
On the papaya coin on you read. You know, on the papaya coin. Oh, what I know, Cassie. On the papaya coin, I want to hear coin now. What Jabosono? No. Yeah.
On the deputy roads and highways.
Look at this.
Mavis and Cancer.
Oh, no, the papaya coin. Just emphasize that. Onion. I miss in I
Fact.
Yeah.
Fact.
What you call about so
Adelaide.
Second, you are for road minister, Quaimano. They was about road minister. So, also, why on Kokotako? What you quine also on ye? Please, and jump over this. From how many way? We are now. What you quine to me? Oh, yes, and on the outside. Oh, maybe you push it to me.
So,
and I'm sure no papa, you quire Bosonana.
Ne papa, your friend in Cancer Buedu.
Yeah. I said, me, I may free the pen. No, and they. Yeah, in a free works and house, and more you are now on a number.
Benum Pokra was all confirmed. Honorable Siciano, Works and House and Honor, your statement be said, President Achunwaba presidency, no cre.
I mean, no Casay no Jubilee House.
And he said, Jubilee House. As what?
As a Minister of State at the presidency with a lot of assigned responsibilities.
A lot of assigned.
Say Juma no also say the Works and House in the Naka we a Juma Baku for a ministry.
Yeah.
But say no Hano, there are a lot of programs and projects under the presidency. Minister Ewoso.
Oh, okay. And you see, and they wouldn't need specifically. I quite say a minister without portfolio, Bisano.
No, really, but me young settle here. Who say me by about a month that is been back and forth attending programs here and there. Last Sunday, I was in Cape Coast a week before Neo Kumase, Ekosiisen M'ahiasem, you know. I feel now, many of my Works and House and by me unpack it to settle.
And I said, even at the Works and House, one shut down and settle now, changes here by you.
Will be such a more Jubilee.
Okay. In a quickly, on the constituency assembly, the electoral committee was formed and given a specific task. Where from issues about from a constituency, no?
Issues in the Osuma Mine Jumano. Some can say, Unim so one who did not bet in Tama. Mimi Srokun, so when we get to the bridge, we'll cross. Now try so baby I start now we influencing process. And no na akɔfa nsɛnsɛm wɔ nyinaa ba. If you say ɔsɛbo ahina yɛ di ne free God so ɔbɛka yɛ ho no. Ɛyɛ ɔsoma ne n'adwuma abrante nti no committee no bogu yɛ. Ɛna constituency no so bogu sɛ ɔyɛ ntumi ne nyɛ adwuma because ɔbɛtake side. Ɛna regional chairman constituency regional organizer ayɛ nyina frɛ ne Pope. Pope bedi constituency hɔ na wɔtwe. Meeting your free nyinaa no. Research and electoral officer and one maybe. But the other 6 committee members met with him. And around Omobeko ye, and a baby as a Somoto Abomoto ye, Iowa Shisha. It's almost the Omasem Abedine regional chairman. Mesome the petition, Akoma national executive, Senipa Bako, and Anipambi Nutimin to Wonko, and Casta Womana Omoye album when we have a committee. It's a committee no album no. And then maybe they are dying national. Now the woman say, almost yes around no crani per Kobe.
Honorable, me pacho. It is Siano. Oma to abana wiya mama yemo album awie.
That's what the committee has done. The 6-member committee.
Yeah, but you or your rep is a member of that committee.
Yes, Oma your album. I album.
What the rep koy and say one na our committee in so.
But the rep koy.
And rep ne ka home my album awie.
O ka home my album constituency secretary ka home. Patrons council of elders ka home. IT ne ka home. Omo ye nipa 6.
But did the album flow from a legally conducted elections?
It did. Because nipa ba ko no yi no so no koye election no. Ono ntimi enyi no as one person out of the committee. And some of the MPP for no sympathizers served an injunction on him from the court. Even when the injunction was served on him, he was still conducting the election. And on one occasion, bailiff injunction on him on the regional secretary, macho for say omubu bailiff to the extent they said they even thought to say I was around. It was someone more can say freedom one a buy ya kun I have them on tape. It's Mesomako bo police for mania, intimidity say, anyone you ya no ya di mabe tuga. Na say about to huntino, Babesia midna, ani padom, nina dan me. Now be one look at the Ubecumedia, Mahubida, Matibida, our church, Penny and Pani Pano, of Frimu, and my family that's all gossip. I was any panuano, and to me, friend Niagro. But with the master in our dying, national executives have petitioned them. But Woko Kawaha, or Sumami Nejumano, what the 2 I know, I could shower how the 2 I know, or
Sumamene,
Gideon Boako.
Oh, Dr. Gideon Boakoni or Sumameno.
Oh, that's what me when you do crown when you're dear and your name and also like I said, you will be deal as a intimate car. Or some Juma, one of some uncle for some Munkoyo Majuma.
Hey, or I was a man so very the foul.
Oh, and that year, you wouldn't say, Odim Raya Juma, a year payo. Now, and can it be none of friend with the Pempenoa? On one to me commanding much to phone chairman. We are sitting MP, wouldn't me commanding police news soldier and chairman. Now, Yana Bita says, soldier for the deal, a dinner in Biano. They are mandated from their duty post. So, Mofa Kama, and may do a beer to a young Quantana, I said, Adoba, Liginano, your best shame. But maybe, say 2022, Mr. Massacre, by repenting, with the Mra and the Yetuma, and written on the dying national executives. And to know me, Tiadio Mobeka, and then it's Nano. Nana more a bit toward the Akan who near to.
Polling stations and our constituency.
Patro 128.
128 ni na moto aba wo ho.
Near baby near to aba. Because baby wo ho na obi amfa form and obi home.
Okay.
And baby also so most of the villages almost wo ho ase yema asumasi ento aso.
Okay.
Yema asumasi ento baby to say Kano so. 12 polling stations. Omo ye Jumadin Emma 2020 about 20 away ni and Tano so ye the second highest zone. Aye de we ne ye enti mpanifo ho gina asem ye ma meni ye papa ma ye adwuma dia ye ma won toa won dwumadie no so but oso ba meni adwumafo no so akota no so akoyi sa dipa 60 nyina afrim so mo de mo fra ne nipa foforo aba no omo nkofo ebeto aba ma osuma me na adwuma no omo na omo de be ya aboard wa bra fa no so man nyina age atum say adwuma yam nua no mo ye 2020 no ye pese omo to omo dwuma die so
in not just say list no me chere voters register amaye no o say o de akwa command national and
minya ye omunya committee ni nya present but we say omo so awie omo album.
Okay, and let's see what comes out of that. It is our album no nipa say na wom, do you know?
Say you 128 polling stations.
Yeah, times 5, right?
Times 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
640.
640.
And I be share coordinators no so as you 27 coordinators I do on the ho na for the council of elders any patrons so 10 so aka ho.
But will be the message Abraham say Obi. The issue is that Honorable Frida did not allow the committee she's talking about to hold any elections. There were absolutely no elections in the constituency. Honorable.
When him say, "Omo kotena baby to story." Say me maka say me call me for term into wa want to aba mami bia yen me free. Enye no kre. I had not granted any interview whatsoever to any media station. And so nipa timeti na say edit to Facebook say enko viral. Omo ntimi a substantiate say ha no kogina no e kan and as ha no kogina kan. Me we representative in the work committee no so. Eti omo aba na omo so omo kotu bi anadwo no. Omo so omo kotu bi ahomache no. Eno ni aba omo to ye no. Na why na mandate is nipa mienu no. So omo kotu sa aba no. A committee of 9. Eti why na mandate nipa mienu. Say ye mienu yen kotu aba as against the other members of the committee. That's a multi-million-dollar question somebody should be asking himself.
Okay,
now, me can't say my young to about Hana, saying to about Hano. It's neither here nor there.
Okay, if the two people now organize your elections now, if we say a null and void because and majority of the committee members na jitu organizes our elections. No, so what do you want to see in China? Bear 6 now, 6 committee members. No, did they also superintend over any elections whatsoever?
Yes, that's what I'm told. Almost pretending, baby, I said almost to aba, almost to the constituency biano, and your baby na ye to aba.
Yeah, that point is well.
You also swear ye to aba baby. And no baby, I'm say the papa forms the background. You know why? And now say the other side, the nipa me no. Nipa can be a baba contest obi ne on my hand no. Almost forms na kwa kodi obi ho. If you do say ye beto aba wo asempa. Your baby do no now obi near your mind depend on that is a cardio far forms is all about contest no. Or no what no. Anyway,
into out of 128, no, committee no share elections or how many polling stations? Do you know?
And with this final report because they are now putting the finality to the album into no. Omuya you bet me at home come.
Honorable me fancy, yeah that's it.
Mr. Medas, and the moment can't be so more we are start. You know about conference we are start. We are start I can't quench you more.
And my name we are start on.
Oh, want to me we are start to so on to me we are start. Me did this a party hierarchy and national executives almost share emra kwaya first be say album so mo dem brand be adwuma nipa bienu entimi di omhu free committee of 9 mu enka say ya album it will happen.
Okay, Oman na who question and answer no one.
It's important me catch me for ni adofo mu tie no tano north nyina. So ma ye beto aba homache, o ma beto aba duba akode donko. Enyina no ayeyi wo mu firi wo mu nka mu akomanto wo mu yam. Said the committee so ba beto aba no mo yi wo mu kan ho no. Yakopon ye aduma mu din be kokrate.
Honorable, ye better. Oman who any question na?
Well, you know ma miensa pe
o ma him miensa ye pe.
Okay.
Yes, I
oh, no one is a pedidic kind. I drew about tomatoes no on to one more money.
Okay.
Now my tomatoes are my phone. Who say it's not just seasoning or more train. Every day on bet my buy mechanizing or whatever a strategy be or be am visa on you. There also be no.
Pachoma mini answer na questions na you be.
Honorable when any question suggestion they just note it need to one among my.
On to one.
Na me person me catch you say ye 2 1 amount. They said the 1D1F yeah brick and tile factory no. Ye gusu aye she said the be ye kra ebetimi add value to raw tomatoes na ye timi ahye mu nkran no mu dwumadie na konkan.
Very well.
Well, the toss will be able to say, Omo ya have for this year. Nti Osuma menen as if for no. I don't think that as a messia. Yeah, when I come back.
Na me person me body no be able to ni bebre. Nti waka mate. Mafo afutu.
Yo.
The trust one.
Ose the atwa to o man is a bibia ne ho.
Bibia no o fantastic.
And my family ba ku ntwa to obi.
Okay.
Me spare tano not to for. Say na na do danko akufo ado na dwuma dinti. And a year of road no ebia so yeso and a church adoba o man ne ka ho asemi ye gusu ayeye kwan ye twa so ewi adiko ta beguso ye gusu ayeye adoba so bi so ye ba fukro mu mankran ye dua nkwanta bedomi jache ye gusu ayeye dua nkwanta bedi ye dua nkwanta bu okukuwa reshaping ye kwaso eja ye subompan ye dwuma kwaita no krom ye boma onwe boma nkwanta bisa boma nkra kan ene yamfu nkra kitwa ni nyina say major roads aka yensa wo so a contractor no aye clearing eye boma adua nkwanta obeye boma yamfu boma tepa boma fie ena yamfu fie.
Honorable yada say bibia ne yebese di nkomo bio why
yes me damase nyamisha.
Okay. Oman road to obobo ni bebrebe.
Yeah.
No kre.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In fact, majority of them me ko na or that stage no more juju so yeah got us no. As to whether omo we no I mean but I don't know am ko me who say you know. Na afi obi. Me fa we ntwem school feeding who say say.
The last time I met you.
The two omuka. I mean person pia Rebecca.
Maintain say two omuka.
And afraid charges what has happened over your port no. Yeah, harbors. That's it.
No, there seem to be a little confusion on one. What's the benchmark values?
But I think government should also be careful. The all culture is different from what is going on in the port. The all culture is different from what is going on. And I'm here now for saying, I'm saying, the all culture is different from what's going on at the port. Mister, na do nyam na my advice. But I'm feeling kind of right on man nkoda. Yes, me feel baby do no. One of the finest ministers have finance why be we are still a born abaso why from data bank or jina de naso wa kona nimi omanko me omanko enough of kenofuriata omanko me but obono to count enya obono to count the year wa ban wo mu say from the vice to the president to the finance minister omukwa no mukwa da nimdia soronko omutibide me mpese MPP ni bia bedwane akosha we are see change na ban eno de be so change so ye bom wa ha man MPP for kasa bebebe ye na president akofa commercial flight and ye na president akofa commercial kunye to duka so ye calculation 3. New arrival 3.5 million okunye to wo pa o
na say those costs no
but no papa onim de akoso between negotiate why is he doing that?
No, but I think the most important thing now is say at least through the advocacy. No?
But no, advocacy. We are relying on that advocacy, and not entirely. But Omama who crime yet to be good to ask them so. Why are they?
Absolutely.
I know, and you don't quite say, but you bomb. Oh, yeah, someone pays it, you live in good to so opposite to Ilivia. Say, sounds who belt to know who Yakaka. Ampa, you know, what could Dubai, what for commercial.
But let's hope, say, bet to us. Enquire.
And you go to and any crowd could be no. No, quite any kind of community. Make catch her. So, Sabe, she take one quack.
Because according to Okujetono,
please.
I mean, we are yet to verify though. But I'll say, sir, company now, a rent.
Yeah.
$14,000. I'm also say we are seeing money into your matum.
Oh, yes, when they are in opposition, yeah, calculation is so powerful. One do another. Or bon yam sa kobasa no asaka just a fair. No call Ukraine area how calling them about me am kind of call a fair. You know, yanim game na ba mesreno. Why ya dear papa and the Ekosiisen my dear papa say ya kama nanado and then otu kwanya. And yes say bia bibibio. But we don't know can say a bed demonstrate say So what I say, Adiana Yeka was sem no crown. Oh, Papa, no, afraid what he has in my Yeka. And the most simple. It must say, and twasso. But yeah, I say, a your fan fu, you know, the year, oh, and you will be. Monsieur Ben, and then an abidjan skill, Ebequaba. And must suggest this and an annual reshuffle. First person best reshuffle in a can of Furata. I am because in call for no bar, Eddie, I would show Mukum, any resistance if you are banned. That's every be a man. I'm not political the way you want to. Maybe to be a but my teacher and you can watch them. Meaning, say, don't Timasia. On my teacher, you're getting a boy almost 6 years. No minister be a home kai. Since they know we are Jumana. Since
in terms of reshuffle.
Yes, since now you know we are Jumana.
But I think that whole idea said
now we say Adwa Safo. What do I Ghana? And the MPP do I Ghana? And before we say Omokomodia, you know Japade. Now me minister be omusun call even twice be 2 years na fi answer. Na fi na what jire so. Why that selective treatment? Why? Mu ye who situation na mu dey obi about obi jajaban for the German million masem. You di kan. Yem pese be call kese nti yem pese be ka. Yes yade. Nyam tie me yade. Nti obi ya nye ho na mbegina. De to so biem. Yes obu apayo. Ankomo bebre so call so from mama chese o kan kwa na oyi him more. I am the gender minister for jam. Hey, obi do bani Ghana. Or is it MPP? Such a very relevant ministry. Crucial ministry about mama and my year dear mo for year dear edimo payo. This is how the MPP has chosen on the way. If we don't push that Ghana agenda, now with impunity, MPP for that office and ministry, why? Extension of leave, about to also leave, essentially, gender ministry.
Very critical.
Why?
I agree
Why?
with you.
And I'm surprised that the president is quiet on this matter. Chairman said, as if say BBNC. Why? Chief of Staff, why?
Well, leave.
Yeah, no. Sebi, my dear dance was here and fire and Kassasa and Yoman. Then I catch us a Bible letter or train or man, special aid white train. It was a bogus letter. Letter no one years outro. What rock come Namun conforming almost hospital, almost market. Now it's our teach up and then is why? In conformable hospital, you won't yet tata, and I'm saying everybody who's going after Babino. I don't know. Obi Yadi. On my not to say me come and tell me speaker of parliament. And you know, on my not to say me wa kwanya say me timi tu kwan kwa manone e ko hwe mapo mudin and I say baby amepe. What is your problem? Go and be speaker and enjoy. If you mpa twem on my no say mu twem. Anybody who enjoys a certain facility, judge for parliamentarians or minister, as we speak now, they be near you. By and tackle say, no, enough of these people. You didn't contain this idea. It's a touch of him. And you say, address a full issue, no? MPP should not gloss over it. Almost that.
The president should have.
The president is disappointed on this matter. Yeah. It's very disappointed on this matter.
Gender in children.
Gender.
Yeah. Well, leave that chadodo.
Why? On your area, young men are small 20 areas to 7 Namisani idea. So the idea grow there. Young sum free on young queen. Why? Why can on no hold your answer? Young person interpretation will be added. I know you are no before. You don't know.
Leave near official until she will still be paid.
Why, Obi? And your man kitting one man. It doesn't augur well. It's true. If you assume, say, about 6 ministers in this administration, when they take this position, and then they be Ghana. And the party itself, what is the position of the party? Ghana is not about e-levy. Ghana is not about e-levy. All e-levy don't pass here, and then nobody faults them. About also not passing. Your party decide say 2024 on the twice one as well. You may see your move forward. Any problem? That is not our problem. Maybe major concerns is the hospital. Still, a new penny be catch as a bed in my experience. Some 4 weeks back, a big crowd comment to the man, a respectable person, just 3 weeks or so back, a no bed, but the Omuton bed. Your problem, educational sector, a shares form because of certain remember the mentality and attitude of the Ghanaians, but the bigger picture, IAS upset, almost misbehave.
Dr. Gideon Boako Ninkomo Emra on issues.
You're friend of Dr. Gideon Boako.
No, I
Mammy, I wanted your kind. Address him so be no soon for what did they be for?
Soma me fools there. Why? Doc, I call about it to say.
Okay, doesn't matter.
I pull me.
Let me add on.
Our voice no from us and any who be say.
I have can I send this to the voice of one vice president the year into a bread. You know, I saw money so. If the normal Frida Prempa because the or the Obinusuma for the
but Gideon Minim say Utie interview with Honorable Frida Prempa now. But I seem say or Casa issues are causing the constituency now I was share true.
Okay, Ukraine my tip mean to me and can exactly in response to every other okay. When I'm a kind begin to my prayer account in the grammar and judgement to be now or draw my attention to see I said honorable for the Prempa one or two issues. But naturally we can say or your minister our Baimon and your first may not be easy already so. But this is the second time I will be draw my attention to some of these allegations. Much as I would want to try and not to get myself involved in radio or television banter with a minister and a member of parliament in government, I think silence is not an option when things are ill done. Somewhere last week, and we draw my attention to a similar accusations on YouTube. In fact, the person recorded honorable, and I was saying the mom. And I think it be as any will be our friend kind and some of our cow videos so may not be markedly different from the all kind or YouTube, but Obi Sabio some no the customer can be very hard, but the other person can say. So, Honorable Frida, if it's a beer, my EBP at Tiano, na a hard and for a buying a party, me or a buying chronemo, and I'm a party chronemo. My person beer, obey your official complaint about me, or a beer buying, and as a party, more a party for. Then in that case, Obinya Kwan, Nebia, or Boning Crew. Na men so many Kwan, na my Boning Crew. Meaning, pass it, Unim, de Naunim say, Sir, do a Jumomo, Nebia office in Panaya Digi, I Tiawa, or Hong Kwan, sir, or report to sign Nipano. So, which did pass it be at the old cannon. And you know, so or now, dance or ho. Na or the facade and say the by a fair. Say be our very report to a ma be a by moon penny for and also very report to a ma party penny for na or more friend.
Okay.
Now you and I can't say so dear and yes I may Juma a by moon now may Juma Mamma penny a bit here and can be a the okay come already see meet them home. Now, I'm tonight, I'm going to be a meeting like a cafe, but do my media my buying and near open here, I'm a summer. Mean to me, a move, my new and she say, oh, my Juma may I'm a general ready so and can send be and to talk and send me some money. Yes, sir. I'm a boo, I'm a party, for boo, so I'm a buying and they are moving for you. Mrs. of Fasa Crime as well, but was our branded. Open your cognac can send be a one of commerce, the one who be soon be a what. Say, no crown, I say, no cross. There be a Messumania crime. Nama Camedia, like a cram at your chat and said, police station lessons are so yeah ebia the BBS baby or man up feed a person or chimission no obi me tina wa feed you so na maka na mama will be at say so say Tanon North constituency polling stations elections na omoye no me Gideon Boako from the time I almost started polling station elections kusibra omuye my uncle Obi, my NC Obi, na me come. And I want to repeat this, Obi. The Tana North constituency polling station elections are a course of make it your Boako. A constituency I feel all right. But my NC O. Omoye elections, my main hope. Nobody, Bien who are Obitimia Cassette. Polling station elections are a course of Tana North constituency. Me, Sammy or Honor Pentasa. But the much of four and your soldier form to Etibechi. The GDE pass said, Namu Obia, Casabi, for Yinango for the Chad Club until Kabia honorable feeder. When Yami singing beer, Nami polling station elections in the month, and after Namikama. Nami walk half a region. And the Brown regional may hear a Juma for fraud. Then so Tana North constituency in Kwara, they decided for some reasons, polling station elections are more men conquered the action, and truly I was never there. And some now, Sabio, honorable feeder economist, no crazy any, a senior mechanic. So she said no cry woman. On reporting it, and my buying. Now on reporting it, and my party. That party penny for another penny for and free. Now on Musa, on more the job possible.
Yeah, but Gideon, but do you think or believe, sir? Now it was a way present or in person, and some ABR were influencing you from in the constituency. You need not necessarily be there.
Meaning what?
What's it? Too bad. Gideon Boakwa Homano article. But we'll come back. But I think largely, no, the reaction to this, and he's taking the position to obey BBA behind the scene. Because of
yeah, for some crowd, trust me. Me feel say more party politics, but once it will affect the half, no.
Yes,
we have
that's
to
why
just.
You raised it. That's why you raised it. And that's where we are with him. But it would not also be fair. Oman who say you started Bubo Dino.
Yeah, we say 14. What on him?
My 10 Adelaide in team in Suta Kwaman be possible MPP Ashanti region. Dockers are for toffee. Say we name no.
There be one. There be one Domoro. Yeah.
NDC.
Woman na in the buyer
Fantana mami. Yeah. Helen Adjoa in Tosun.
Oh, one day, so
West,
on the well known.
Angela Oforiwa Aloute. Afajato South. And also Oba NDC. Jifa Ablagomashi.
Oh yes.
Ketu South.
Oh yes.
NDC.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. International Women's Day. Happy one to you. Delasowa Pando NDC. Delasowa.
What shows your bar?
Oh, your bar. Pando. Joycelyn Tete, North Dai, NDC. Baby, why you share that to you? Yeah. Ophelia Hayford.
Oh, Ophelia,
yes, NPP. Cynthia Mamle Morrison.
Yes.
Aguna West.
Very popular.
Yes. Oh no, yeah.
Gender.
No, yes. Mavis Hawakumsin.
The fisheries. Or your super.
Utu Senya East.
Or your super. On Zena or Konimubino. Yeah. Piana as with your uncle. But our demonstrating say obeti my juma. Yes.
Mavis Hawakumsin.
Mamin Chiano be or dance.
Yeah, man, happy international.
Apart from that, me express or dance. When you just my happy cake or bird juma. Obe happy, and I conference my bag. Or baby, a man happy. But why juma? That's what I'm saying. Why juma?
She's done very well.
On fasa the technology, no, they be monitor premix, no. On famra so on we software na uncle MP. The more check it, you no juma.
Nana a year concert.
Yeah, Nana, yeah.
Gomoa Central. Queen Star Poku Asoya.
Hey, I'm out for show.
Agona East.
Yeah, Momina.
Gazella Tete.
Yeah, Anna Tete.
Utu Senya West.
Yeah.
Central Region NDC. Mensa Betty Nana Ifua Crosby.
Yeah.
Afram Plains North.
NDC. Then you had power now, so you maintain. Oh, then she speaks very well. Then you had power.
Okay. Ain't Mamma first, I ever to us. So, Matisse, Doc, about my meaning, nothing. Dr. Gideon Boakon, Nami Busa said, do you necessarily have to be on the ground and some what me influence in Yoma as the honorable MPs are legend?
Obi, sir, a political influence, it can be a good influence, it can be a bad influence. For instance, sir, may a party me, fancy there will be so a co-election. When you have more, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And now, be a constituency program. Now, party company for reach out to me, now meet me a boy. There's nothing wrong with that. But to the extent, say, Obi Beka said, "Dear me, Obi, unim sene message. Makofa machu for at the Accord disrupt polling station election. For what reason? Because in natural sense, Obusame candid opinion. May this polling station elections are also across the constituencies. I think I like it because a Buama Ejinja Yudesi. I'm one of those advocating for active participation. We did say Obia or person or disruptive process, and Obia on person for elections, and I'm not somebody. I mean, it's one who said, the bodyguard at Dimachida. I don't. What do I say? I'm entitled to official driver. But how many times do you see me somebody driving me? I drive my own car. What do I say? It's so easy for people to accuse people. Wabra, they'll be on person more yeah, be a good tomorrow. But say, we be associating with hooliganism, machoism. So I mean, Obi, let's put everything aside. So now, Sabio, nobody said be a nipabi akoye baby ewo. And as far as I know, we not in the report. The polling station elections, the cause was our constituency. There were any disturbance. The only thing I heard, and it's a Encrophobia, injunction to injunct the process, and court believe now court or injunction. The bailiff was obstructed by the normal participating in the polling station elections, so he couldn't serve. That is the only incident. But it is so obvious. Or more no more diplomatic pictures of ABN people who even obstructed the injunction. It is not right. So for whatever political reason, say a better not the MP point and accuse an innocent soul. I mean, Obi, it's there, there. Oh, last week, Nicholas MP noticed I was due to you. They called me and said, oh, it's not necessary. But it's becoming one too many. This accusation. So, right, indeed, if anybody has any reason why somebody, it's so proper and fair. Say a very important to the appropriate authorities. Now, I'm going to handle the matter. If you report me in government, anywhere I am called, I'll come and make my case and defend any accusations on me. If you report me to the party, I will come. But sir, you better try to so now you're just like that. An election that I personally did not take part. I was not there. Now you say BBS Hokana Obi say your money pass me. Where is the evidence? Let us prove it. So, yes, there. This politics of Abuja Kekani and very they are just because maybe I suspected this or that. To be honest with you, I don't think we should get there. And I'm not comfortable with European discussions of matters like this at this time.
Okay.
I'm not interested in that. I want to, it's a master, honorable member. She's a woman, she's a minister of the government, a member of parliament. That's why if there's any reason, if there is any legitimate, fair reason, also say, because may be part of it, I will please and treat her on report to me in government, not on report to me in my party, and could be wholeheartedly, I will go and make my case. But this radio, television accusation, to be honest with you, it's not the best of decisions to make.
Doc, maybe we start this final question. I think it will go a long way in at least. It best settle a lot of the way in the minds of people. In the Techima North constituency, say, and mo party be a quite, it's Tano North, sorry. Say, and mo party be a quite, say, party for you interested in contesting the parliamentary primaries and concofa forms. Are you interested? Concofa form, maybe.
Obi, the party gain nominations today, as I speak with you. I won't pick forms today.
So, and there.
Yes, be a politician, be a young guy. We all have ambitions, we have aspirations. It is not right for me to decide and to be 3 years ahead. This is what I would do, and that I'm working towards. I may have dreams all over roving in my mind, but it is not proper for me to stay first. The parliamentary elections are likely to be 2024. And so I'm declaring my intentions to do. And I wouldn't say yes or no now, because this is politics and time changes. Time changes a lot of things. Obi, before 2020, similar things were said, allegations here and there. Oh, at a point, frame me, and the same MPO, at the so, me too, those kind of things. I told the person, I said, look, it was not right for me to take that decision at the time. 2023, we will see. It'll be 2023, I didn't contest. But the things that were said about me in 2018, 2019, because of parliamentary elections, I was shocked. Okay, let us not go there.
But the next parliamentary primaries is next year, 2023.
No, usually it's 2024, the election year.
Oh, the election year and a primaries never because of fair.
Yes,
and you've still not decided.
We begin the discussions now. So, I'm a young guy. I may have my own life ambitions and aspirations, but it is not for me to activate those ambitions and aspirations. I'm into the existing regulations and rules of the party and government. That is what I'm saying. Is that if in any way somebody feels that I have offended any part of any regulation, any whatever procedures of the party or government, whatever, let the person officially report to me. Oh, but because I also have family.
Okay.
For
clarity
and all of that.
For clarity's sake, no Gideon, as we speak now, saying the party need be nominations, you will not be picking. But in 2024, that decision might change, right?
Yeah, that decision might. So yes, you may think about something today you drop it. You might have thought about something today, tomorrow you consider it as a viable option for you to do. And that decision is not neither here nor there. The state said, I can't do that. So I'm a young guy, very enterprising. I'm open to any options in my life, and nobody can take that from me. I have my rights and options, but I have to exercise them in consonance with laid down rules and procedures. If I say I don't have dreams, I will be lying. Police but it doesn't mean jump the gun. And when the time is not due, so don't hurry and worry yourself about things that are not even there.
One of those dreams is to become a member of parliament, I suppose.
One is a dream to progress in my political life. I'm an academic, a politician. Whether I go back to the classroom to teach, or whether I pursue politics, or whichever way I go with it. And this is not the first time I'm doing politics. I've done politics at the police station level, constituency level, become a Ashanti regular youth organizer. At the point I left and went to school, at a point that people wanted me to continue. It's Obi. I mean,
okay.
To be honest with you.
Gideon, yeah, my fancy. Bibiania, you better about being comobio. Why? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. And that's Dr. Gideon Boakun. He is aide and spokesperson to His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Alhaji Mahmudu Bawumia and Motene Kennedy. That's where we are, away from the Tano North constituency. So Abena Osayasari, and so Oba MP Tiwa East MPP, on a Deputy Finance Minister, Gifty Chum Ampofo, on a Deputy Education, I think. Yeah, Akim Ebuakwa North. Yes, Akim Achim Ebuakwa North. Achim. Nana Dokua Esiama Eji Ekropon North.
What Dokuya?
Now, on the way, Ekriapim North constituency. That's
Dokuya.
Yes, MPP. Kujo Comfort Doyo. Yeah, Adan.
Doyo di Okasapa.
NDC. Yes. Lenda Obenewa Akwele Oklu Shayo Sudoku NDC. Okay, you know. Oh, she stood in for her late husband.
Yeah.
And winning. Agnes na Momo Latte Krowo NDC. On obe two fisheries minister ba kona no wo.
Okay.
Yeah. Zaneto Ajeman Rollins.
Wait, why do you?
Clote Kwale. Why do you?
So why do you?
Theresa Lad Yawuni. Okai Queen North. On obe two yi. Your friend is saying Fusaini. That's Okai Queen North.
Okay.
Ladade Kotopon. The obe two yi. And I said Obama ni lusu primaries. And I will be two the winners are primary. Reta na Odole Soa Ladade Kotopon. Sophia Karen Akwaku.
Yeah. Hey, someone
Domiabra Ubo.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And a Dakua Newman, Okaikwe South. Esla Ouswe Kufula Ablekuma West. Sheila Battels Ablekuma North, MPP. Lydia Say Ramal Hassan Ayawaso West will go on. Sarah Adjoasa for Dome Kwabenya, MPP. And a Tina Gifty Na Ayele Mensa, Wejagbawe, NPP. In the MR MPs near 40-20 on each side. And Mote Wonkano. Ma Yemo Munyana Baso. It's not easy to stand up and contest an election in Ghana and be voted for as a member of parliament. Apart from them, no, all the other female appointees or MPs, no, on both sides, or a politician and kwa Yabomunyana Baso. And my wo Okaikwe Jum, Amasaman Jum, Takrade Market Cycle.
Techiman Market.
I have for market. Ubia
Assess one market.
Assess one market. Assess one is says how market will book.
By rail.
A rail market.
Yeah, that's a market. KGTR market. Asin Dompim market. Voter region market.
And you whole central market. Your boom about my idea. Ghana is Ghana because of you. Into your boom so Oman for 2 issues in you.
Yeah, 2 issues.
One, a police for statement.
Yeah, a police for statement, no. So
what's that clarity?
No clarity in the papa. I be
matching for suspects or more boy investigations.
At
the point they say, or Massing Aqua Wuna, or Monemo Quachi. I mean, Charlie.
Or
Monemo Quaco, you win or Massing Aqua win some night be or money on my clear cacra. Money on my clear cacra. Yeah. Money on my clear cacra. And Afi. Na in the another the fancy was as munchrim.
Well, I na is a school way university
University
the Jackson they are told a very beautiful you.
Enemy who you? What they at all?
A university no.
A university of them. So many are there no. So many are there.
Wow.
Hey, new and yes so many. Away Sunyane.
There you, Mamma confusing. I didn't know that was only my dear.
So many are there no. Eastern region,
Dominic Jajoka Canonia on top. Ozum Shadow Casa. also kasa.
But I don't where the F you. I don't where the F. No, I think I saw it somewhere on Facebook.
Any sunya ne osiso.
Na domi. I know enya abutse. Dominic is here, boy.
Now, when any so many,
the University of Environment and Sustainable Development in Somenya,
Yellow
Krobo district.
And I want to tell you, I can't want to say a year for no year for no.
Aha. Any Yellow Krobo, Eastern region. Somenya. Way former President Mahama enya fund and cut it short. But construction.
But I'm changing location now.
So there was that we say omo campus in the university no.
The site was not changed.
No, the site was not changed. But there will be a campus for the university. And no more say I'm sure Chebi area ho be.
And I say no hotel abi honom no. Lower Manya Krobo there.
Enu nie.
Tell her the main one. I want to make then tell her the problem here there.
Sir, after say MPP back, I was na Mahama cut sword. People expect Zanka project never kick it off, but I think omu delay kakana later. Starting within that period, no, and no, it be more cause hey, and show me the akwane ade, but it's a beautiful.
Very beautiful.
I mean,
very beautiful.
Adanya Yehu Hane can compete. But man, I've been to two universities
abroad. Very beautiful.
In the UK and in the US, this will compete with any university anywhere in the world.
We will make a chassis for no.
This is really beautiful. This
very,
is
very nice.
Really, really beautiful. Very, very architectural designs, and what has been built. This is awesome. It's amazing. I mean, the kind of facilities and here can is me pamucho ye into Uber Facebook. Ebi argument say ye can't Uber Facebook obi videos no, and the pictures was Senpai FM ye page on Facebook. Very, very, very beautiful. The final product abana F papa. Man earlier ye can say minority for now reacted to the Supreme Court ruling. The minority leader, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, in this interview with Joy News, Yentie.
On the matter as to whether a person presiding as speaker can exercise a vote whilst presiding, our attention have been drawn to a very disappointing ruling of the Supreme Court of Ghana, which more or less amounts to a judicial interference in time-tested parliamentary practice and established conventions everywhere in the world, in civilized democracies, including the United Kingdom. The presiding officer's vote is discounted. So it's not for nothing that Article 102 provides that a person presiding shall have no original nor custom vote. The Supreme Court, to put it aptly, this ruling is judicial support for e-levy, nothing more. Judicial support for e-levy for a struggling economy in distress. For your purposes, can you imagine what will happen in Parliament? While the first deputy is presiding, there is no second deputy speaker available who will preside to supervise him voting for our purposes. Repugnant and unreasonable decision. He is presiding, so where he is presiding and the second deputy speaker for some purposes is not immediately available in the chamber, he will walk down, vote. At that time, there will be no person presiding over the Parliament of Ghana. This is a judicial support for President Nana Addo Dankwa's e-levy that he is laboring to pass. We remain opposed to it, stitch by stitch, clause by clause, article by article. When it is presented, we will fight back strongly with our 137 votes.
Asempa FM.
That's the leader of the minority group in Ghana's parliament, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, and Motene Nkano. But I'm told, sir, the Deputy Chief Whip of the Minorities on the line. Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. Honorable Akwabe Ekosiisen M'ahiasem.
Mejo so menua.
Wa pomu ye.
Nyame no mpa bonte ye ho ye.
Ye da nyame ase. We de ye bebo no tew. Ye nim say ene mo leader ene nsɛmtwerɛfo edi nkomo ya bo except of that voice. But I find one thing curious. Where from the linkage to E-levy, Supreme Court ruling, no, if I E-levy ho ben.
Obi ma memfa we fidie so na menchia etifa omutie ene area. Se oni me be ya adwen a asemo a ewo parliament as you see ayeshi a eno nenam so a asemi yedi call Supreme Court the matter of the E-levy as to whether the second deputy speaker can vote or the first deputy speaker can vote or not. Obi se obe kaya eda ye tu aba a moka se o ye tu E-levy report sa dano ena minority majority first deputy speaker Honorable Joseph Oseusu, an MP for Bekwai. Oma warning, quite presiding, say, let me make it clear to you, if as a member of Parliament for Bekwai, I'm entitled to vote and I will vote. A ho and a minority for no so can say, a drew hona or casta obe tu said the what canon almost ombe cantano. And no, the second fight about Parliament. Mrana was sorry. Second deputy speaker no atwa banewi. The first deputy speaker can say Omra na ono so nkonko tunaba. Ena MPs on both sides a clash here say ye maunto. Ena bikofa speaker no ekonya no. Ho ena de chinye ena majority leader eba out to say, oh, the first deputy speaker no na oyare na okwako numedru. Which means he knew what he was going to do was wrong. So they were covering it. Onipa otia kunyanum, what kind of plane? Amma signal say, let me tell you, as a first MP for Bekwai, I'm entitled to vote and I'll vote. Into year 2 abano from 1 up to 38. And the 2 abano. Into nipa 38 no 2 abano we no. Na Bekwai MP no for me na MP 2 we or 38 no. And nanka oni Joyce exchange. Nanka ono abano ono akoto. Eno na din toka no eba Parliament. Eno ena free hwa yantimi an comment on the E-levy no ena ye dia to say omu the case no ebe court. Say judgment no ba, then we come to it. Judgment in Abba say, oh, he's entitled to vote. So which means, as I speak to you, we can revisit the E-levy. The second aspect, and it's the matter of the Asin North MP. Because I just have for America. And they said, your wife is to Krana, a bear 137. And then no more can say, oh, yeah, chain I'm a bagbin a free Dubai aba na oba. And I say, your wife bit bagbin be preside na ya di E-levy aba. Bagbin aba 1 week, oman fama 2 weeks, oman fama 3 weeks, oman fama. We are in the 4th or 5th week. Oman fa E-levy nama. And I bagbin say me wo hospital and I'm say me mra na mumfa E-levy numra. Ma ba 1 week mumfa ma. Second week mumfa ma. Third week mumfa ma. Obi, as I speak to you, now MPP forward 2 major cases are omuche ruling and some omu the E-levy naba. One of those cases ruling abai. The second case the determination on the Asin of injunction no make the no so afrim. And this second deputy speaker and the first deputy speaker bet me too. Now Supreme Court come out ruling say Asin of MP Oma injunction he should not hold himself as MP. Naturally say Oma succeeded in getting Asin of out. Let's say NDC for no mess no I 136. MPP for no mess no. I just have for America honestly on ma. Let's just say MPP for no mess no. So I 137. So said 2 deputy speakers no be 2. Now just have for America. Now Supreme Court Emma ruling say I think of MP ain't me and couldn't who as MPR. Now just say a 136 against 137. Let's just say the levy will pass through. Obi, and nonty and about being better 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Levy number. They are waiting for the Supreme Court to finish its work before 28th of this month. The levy number. So by 28th of this month, not determination on a sin of whether speaker can do. Now Supreme Court to ayen adwuma nyina wie.
And on the 16th, and on the Bebas on the 16th of this month.
On the 16th.
Yeah.
Into so my we ne. Na omu wie 16th no asin of the no ba na so my wie. So we dey wait for Bagwen to come on the 24th, not 28th. Omu the 11 number. That is the roadmap.
Yeah, but the thing no and it's the decision of the Supreme Court and then no Abba be president edaho.
Obi, don't say president.
Mami. Until say court nankasa be the party from onoani ruling and then no through ABR review say if the Nipa or the case the coin is minded to go for a reviewer. That's a court need the party are fine, but so when the party are that decision stands. And just for 11 any other issue whereby require voting. Say deputy na preside there or what the right to vote as per this particular decision.
Obi parliament now.
Maba hoda.
That now MP.
One can is a MP. That was my parliament. The parliament.
Yes, Obi.
Yes.
Constitution no more. Article 110. I'll say, subject to the provisions of this constitution, Parliament may, by standing orders, regulate its own procedures. Obi, where is the Supreme Court?
No, but Article 1-2 of that same constitution can say any other law. Which law really is inferior to the constitution? But what provisions be a contradicting any provision in the constitution, no? By the on the basis of that inconsistency, no, a void.
Article, read that article. Read that article. Oh, my reading me the read the NTA.
Me say Article 1-2 of the constitution.
Read it.
Okay, maybe let me open it. In the so will be a kami be a constitution. This is here na makai at the amount. Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
Obi. Ente se utia Constitution no Article 110 ama Parliament kwan se yenye mra na yemfanye regulate said ye adwuma ewo dem wo. Enye Supreme Court ene be ye mra na maye. Then when you come to the standing orders, babia yanye mra ye di be regulate ye ho no. The standing orders, order 7. In these orders, unless otherwise provided, what you are saying? Sorry, order 5. Interpretation of the standing orders. And yes, Supreme Court interpreted the standing orders of Parliament. Say, upa obi ma main kind standing orders of Parliament. Order number 5. Also, in case of doubt, this order shall be interpreted by Mr. Speaker as he deems fit. Obi, what is Supreme Court to?
Honorable, baby, I'm not make kaima on my main kaima in the Constitution. Chapter 1 of the Constitution about the supremacy of the Constitution.
Correct.
Article 1:1 neka say the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in the manner and within the limits laid down in the Constitution. Article 1:2 neka say this Constitution shall be the supreme law of Ghana, and any other law found to be inconsistent with any provision of this constitution shall, to the extent of the inconsistency, be void. And absolutely. Absolutely.
Constitution now, so can the constitution be inferior?
No, I'm giving
you two solid constitutional provisions.
Honorable.
Article 102 and Article 110.
Honorable, maybe the okay, you know.
I'm quoting the 1992 constitution.
Maybe let me finish. The okay, you know, Parliament will quite say on standing orders to regulate parliamentary business. Is that not the case?
Subject to what?
Subject to the same constitution.
Exactly. The constitution is clear. And yes, black and white.
But what I'm saying
I'm not talking about the spirit of the constitution. I'm quoting the constitution black and white.
No, what I'm saying is when Parliament, honorable Meba.
What are you saying?
Say Parliament are standing orders now. That standing order no ever be an inferior law to the constitution. You agree? You agree?
So are you now telling me, say, any matter in Parliament that we should run to the Superior Court for interpretation?
Run to the Superior
If
Court.
that is the case, even quorum will go to Supreme Court for interpretation.
No, but the point is
everything will go to the Supreme Court for the interpretation. Because that is what you are telling me. If you are now telling me that the standing orders of Parliament is inferior, and therefore you are now saying that Article 102 and Article 110 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana cannot operate so long as Parliament is concerned, then let's go to the Supreme Court. Now, the executive, everything, we have to go to the court for interpretation. Is that what you are telling me? Then how will Parliament work in this country?
Honorable, me pacho. Let me
Obi. You see,
let me be clear.
Somebody is subverting the law. The principle of separation of powers is being undermined. Now, Upesa will justify Obi. Remember, we are sending ourselves into the ditch. Let's call a spade.
I am not justifying. And I may say,
you are not justifying, but you are saying there is a provision which support that act.
But unya abutrema mi busa me question.
Maybe where abutrema have sworn an oath to defend this constitution.
Honorable, the point I'm making is
make your point.
Article 11 of our constitution.
Don't go to Article 11. Go to Article 110. Ujitum.
Honorable Nyabotre.
Article 110.
Let's all take our time.
Article 110 no.
Perfectly. It is a provision in the constitution. I agree. The American is Article 11 MIA hierarchy of laws.
Yes.
Article 11 MIA who say the constitution is the supreme law. Now what about enactment from Parliament, obviously. And no ever under the constitution. And Article 1-2 now me came out me who say any other law I share constitution last year. I a provision be a inconsistent with any provision of the constitution, which is the supreme law, no. To the extent of that inconsistency, no, a matter law, no, a void. That's the point I'm making.
And yet, standing orders no crampon kwana na mi ko to say utie mi a. Ka wadu let me say kaka ambam. Say what constitution no ma. Black and white. Article 102. A quorum of Parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3 of all the members of Parliament.
Yes.
So now, if I'm presiding, the Supreme Court says I can be part of quorum. That is the ruling the Supreme Court has come. Article 102 of the 1992 Constitution is unconstitutional. This is what the Supreme Court of Ghana is telling us.
But some quorum, no more quorum, me no.
Yeah, no quorum. Constitution we no quorum na make. Me no quorum.
Oh, meba.
Article 102 of the 1992 Constitution says that a quorum of Parliament, apart from the person presiding,
yes,
shall be 1/3 of.
Shall be 1/3.
1/3.
That is quorum for the business of Parliament.
But the Supreme Court says that apart from the person presiding, Enya juma sisi.
Honorable, na se wunya abotra, you are a parliamentarian, I am not. More quorum, your quorum 1/3 for the business of parliament to go on. And your quorum, which is 1/2 for a decision to be made in parliament. They are two different quorums. Assembly.
A quorum is a quorum.
No.
That's Supreme Court one quorum. A quorum is a quorum.
No.
The framers of the constitution, no. Apart from the person presiding, and obi se uba parliamentary practice and some has ni kotoko beti ase se omu ko ball no na referee na oba be match no so no na afam no mienu nyina e wo gidie wo no mu. So now has ni kotoko ko match o see has coach and a referee. This is what Supreme Court is telling us. Would there be peace?
Honorable me pacho, is it said meba? The reliefs now a call before the Supreme Court no. The relief on the quorum no meba nyabotre. The one on the quorum no a quorum for a decision to be made which is the 1/2. And your quorum for business of parliament to go on.
Wrong. You see, wrong. That is why I'm telling you, say the Supreme Court will not even qualify to give interpretation of the standing orders in parliament. Because about parliamentary, the position of the person presiding, no, obi betra ekonya no mo a. Normal odi kotna speaker ekonya no mo no eyembienu. Authority, impartiality, and neutrality. Inti afano no mienu nyina e wasa obi anya wo authority a obi adi utum sa uye neutral and impartial. And one thing that you want to have and that is why you command that respect. Now, if you the referee, you can be part of the match. Who will respect you? You lose that respect and authority. You understand my point? You lose that respect and neutrality. And in order to protect the neutrality and authority and impartiality of the speaker, that is why we are saying the speaker cannot vote. He's not part of quorum. To command that respect, to command that neutrality, and to command that authority. Ukata, put me pamo be afraid them all. Now, Obi, speaker, Oti Gamuno, say, yeah, the 12 na me be ya be officer, the me no the disorder about them all, over me. The speaker who can sack me from the house can take part in the vote. So when he realized that his side is going to lose the vote, he knows that Pam NDC for any Pam Aqua freedom war. No one to be now winning because he's not impartial and he's not neutral. So speaker any ordinary position.
Honorable Meba.
You are joking with a serious matter.
The
if
same
you go to international best practice.
Honorable
Speaker of Parliament is a powerful position which must be neutral, impartial, and
honorable me pacho nyabotre. We a member of parliament. But you
I'm
are
not just a member, I'm a leader.
Hold on. We a leader in parliament.
Correct.
But when you're lawyer to say I'm your lawyer.
Me lawyer, but my current standing orders are yet to my this man 14 years in parliament.
Nyabotre.
I've worked under Bamford Adu, I've worked under Doajao, I've worked under Makokwe, and I'm working under Bagwin. I've worked under 4 society speakers.
Honorable me pacho.
They've all interpreted the ruling, the standing orders.
Nyabotre.
Parliament, Ghana Parliament, Yankundao. Sadia when the Ghana Parliament, Yakuye. And in all these fights, it happened under the first deputy speaker. He's wrong whether he can be part of whether he can do this. In Tokai Yakunina and the first deputy speaker. And now you are saying you are giving him this mandate. Obi. And that's like our parliament and what send your MPs and your bra. We the leaders now have a herculean task in bringing them to order. It's not just a major decision. Supreme Court are ruling, and that's all.
So where we are,
it's a major decision that has been taken, and it's a major problem that has been so in Parliament.
Where we are,
now you are reducing Ghana's Parliament like South African Parliament. There be a confusion and chaos.
Where we are, would it hear me? The American say,
okay, me too.
And simplistic say
I like that.
Obi a Speaker of Parliament. na ohwe se ne side neoma nkoye mama otimi pam MPD free parliament na che say
you have the power to do.
No, but yamao discretionary power.
Exactly.
Again, the constitution is clear.
Now why is the discretionary
hold
power?
Honorable, hold
then
on.
You are saying you can, the referee you can play.
Hold on.
And then one said 90 minutes now definitive.
Honorable, the constitution is clear. The constitution is clear. So when you are given discretionary power, you cannot exercise same capriciously. Inti Uber exercise here within the remit of the law. And yes, we are speaker. In the Usori, our person number, a question in the free parliament. No.
May say you have that
power is not exercised.
You have been given extra power than MP. Meanwhile, you are a player.
We are all
Ghanaians. So, the want respect. Emma say we are speaker and say we are neutral. Medifa, uno beka se medifo. Medibimwa, uno beka se medibim. Na say. Me medibim kwa na say 1% me medifo. Obeti aka say me ubekwa ko kanu wana me medifo. So when will I even win? You lose that authority and neutrality. So you lose that respect.
Okay. And we
Ghana for come to our culture. Unim the NPR, yes, chiefs should not take part in partisan politics. In the constitution. For them to have that respect and the glory surrounding chieftaincy and that authority. So we are protecting the authority of chiefs and the respect for chiefs. We must protect the authority and respect for our speakers as well. It is not just easy. Now you are reducing the authority and respect for our speakers anyway. But on a more serious note, the ruling as it has just come. Say the Supreme Court should know that in Parliament, a consensus and compromises. Now you are telling me, say 138 we cannot take decision.
Honorable Ahmed, Unim, Metie Udinya Mawakasa Bebre. So far, in some Wakanina, you are not talking law. They are all Canadian.
Article 102 law.
Oh, no, that's Article 102, the interpretation you put on it. And they are seminal. You
understand? Article 110 law.
The interpretation you are putting on it no, is where the issue is.
No, interpretation of the standing orders and how Parliament works is only reserved for the Speaker and not the Supreme Court. Any law.
But Unimun so say.
Then the quote to this three you are saying say any law.
Me say the interpretation you are putting on it.
And I interpret. I read Article 102 for you. I read Article 110 for you, and I read standing order 5 for you.
Yeah, but I told you, say Article 102 no, Emma Parliament quite say on standing orders, and non just we standing orders now. When there are provisions,
Article 102 is not standing orders.
Which one is the standing orders no?
110.
Good. Ain't it? And non just we standing orders now. Now the provision we were standing orders ni more. A year inconsistent with the constitution. The Supreme Court means strikers are the out.
There is no provision in the standing order which conflicts with the constitution.
That is what you are saying. You are not. But you are not the Supreme Court, Honorable.
I'm not matters of rule of law court. Rule of court to the court to follow the year no. By rules of parliament and then the standing orders no. I'm quoting our standing orders.
Rules of parliament are not bigger than the constitution. You have to get that straight.
And the constitution, Article 102 says the constitution that deputy speaker is not part of quorum. You don't need a rocket engineer to come and tell you this.
It's not part of which quorum?
If you dare, I can read it again for you.
It is not part of which quorum?
Article 102 says a quorum of parliament. It has not differentiated whether which quorum. A quorum of parliament, apart from the person presiding, shall be 1/3 of the members of parliament.
That is a quorum for
and
business.
Which definition do you want me to give to this? I'm not rewriting the constitution. I'm reading it for your hearing.
Okay.
And our listeners are judging for themselves.
Okay. And only say 1/3, Meboa.
Apart from the person presiding.
Good. And they say move take a decision in parliament and so.
And your decision, and some one to trust you take a decision. You need 91. And 1/3 near 91, and 91 Constitution is the deputy speakers link out.
And until I make a
So once the Supreme Court says their part,
the Supreme Court ruling, no, a quorum for a decision to be made.
So now we should tell one, if you don't sit, how can you take decision?
Honorable Ahmed, unim, my young fancy, Bibiani, a best answer by Bidin Comobio. Why?
You will be a better one.
Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, and Yatin and Kano. And it's really interesting, but of course, you know, train the detailed ruling on Friday. Nipa or the case, Nico Supreme Court, now hinting and say, based on what is in that detailed ruling, he might consider a review, which will really settle all of the issues. Maybe so are now and I say uncle review now. Then this will remain the law until the Supreme Court itself depart from this particular decision. Way in a law. But it's interesting some of the angles Honorable Ahmed and so at the airbar because he's also quoting provisions from the Constitution where I disagree with him. And it's the 101 Nema Parliament quite on standing orders. Now that is true. But you also know, say Parliament a standing order, a regulated Parliament, or more procedure, no more BBR. That law no inferior to the Constitution. They say your provision be more inconsistent with the Constitution, and not just say it was a standing because a Parliament. And that's the only part I disagree with him.